Hi, welcome to Nina in the Kitchen. Today I am making a very simple and very delicious bread pudding, and it's kind of a blank canvas, so you can take this many places, many directions, and we'll talk about that. But first I wanted to show you the hardware, and then we'll get into the ingredients. What I'm doing is setting this up for a bain-marie or a water bath. Here's a casserole dish. I have some softened butter in here, and I've just been painting the sides of this casserole dish. So now that's prepped. The rest of this is a baking pan that will house your dish. And I have a mat on the bottom of mine. You can use a towel. That's for two reasons. One is so that you don't mar your pan, but the other is that this is going to be a custard. So you want to gently heat this water, or I should say the custard. We're going to have hot water in here. So that's just another insulation. The other thing I'm doing is I'm going to pour water into the pan when this is in here, so that it covers about 1/2 to 2/3 of the way up the sides. And I'm going to heat this up now in the microwave. I have my oven set for 325 Fahrenheit, 160 Celsius. I'm going to boil this water and get everything going, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're ready to assemble this. I have challah bread. This is a bread that I made in another video, and I will post that at the end of this, and also down below, I'll link it. This is a 4-cup measure, so just one big bowl of bread. I chose challah. It makes the best bread pudding. There's a lot of flavor to it. All that you do is put that in your casserole dish. I also have raisins, and I'm just doing a couple of handsful of raisins. This can be any dry fruit. You can use cherries. I think that looks good. That's about 1/3 of a cup. You can use cherries, blueberries, strawberry, mango, peach. You can really go nuts with this. Okay, that's the dry team. That goes off to the side. This is the wet ingredients. This is 1 quart of milk, and this is being scalded. What scalding is where milk comes up to a heat of about 200 degrees, which is about 93 Celsius. It is not boiling, and if you look closely on this, you will see there's sort of a skin on top, and there's bubbles right around the periphery. Can you see that? And that's how you know you're scalded. Sometimes you'll get a little foam. If you've been stirring this, you'll see a little foam come up to the top. That's a scalded milk, and it's a good thing to know to do. Every once in a while, you'll see it in a recipe. So if you don't know what it is, that's it. I have 4 whole eggs. That goes into a measure or a bowl. 4 eggs, just lightly beat the eggs, and to that I'm going to add flavoring. This is vanilla bean paste, and I'm using this just to make it a little fancy. I'm going with 2 teaspoons. Vanilla is fine, and again, you can redirect this in different ways. You can do almond in here. Almond extract would be delicious. Hazelnut extract. There's so many. Orange would be delicious in this. The other thing, the other flavor, is going to be just a little grating of nutmeg. And the reason for putting vanilla into the eggs as opposed to into the hot liquid, and the same with the nutmeg, is you want the flavors to gently bloom. You don't really want to boil them. I'm going in with 1/2 cup, 119 grams of brown sugar. That was a light brown sugar. I'm going to stir that in. And then I'm going to start tempering the eggs. And what that means is you're going to bring the temperature of the milk gently to the eggs, just gradually. If you do this too quickly, you'll have scrambled eggs, but they're actually a little more resilient than you would imagine. So again, one more, and that ought to do it. Now this whole egg mixture can go right into this pan. Then you just put it all together. Now this is a challah bread, as I've said. You can use white bread for this, white sandwich bread. You can use artisan breads, are delicious, of course. I almost forgot the cinnamon. Just a little sprinkle of cinnamon right on top. And you can also put nuts in here, that's delicious. So really, as far as flavoring this goes and how many ways you can change it, sky's the limit. I'm going to put this in the oven. I have my bain-marie set up already. In 45 minutes, I'm going to check it. So I'm going to say 45 minutes to 60 minutes in your oven, and I'll show you when it comes out. Okay, here we have it. It's finished, and this is what I mean by a wobble. When you take your pan out of the oven, just kind of give it a little shimmy, and you see how wobbly it is? That will still keep cooking with residual heat. So, in other words, you can't eat this yet. You want to wait for it to cool down a couple of hours, and then it will be creamy and delicious. That's it. I'll see you when it's ready. I've been waiting to dig into this. It smells so good. It's cinnamony and creamy. And you know, even that little bit of nutmeg really sort of pulls through. This is so delicious. The raisins are plump. The vanilla really comes through in the flavor. And the texture of this is just great. The egginess from the challah bread is just perfect for this. It's not too heavy. It's not too white bread. It's really spot on. I hope that you try this recipe. It's a keeper. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Bye.